least favorite thing in life, and that's tax stuff, QuickBooks, sorting through mail, filing documents, scanning documents. I do not enjoy any of that stuff. Like, I'd rather run a marathon through mud in like the freezing rain. But the one question always comes up is, how do I know if my pelvic floor is tight or weak? When I give you examples of things that you need to work on. And that is a really great question. And what I've come to for an answer for most people is, yeah, we can use some of these symptoms to say, you're probably on this spectrum, you're probably on that one. But I would say 99% of the time, I treat most people as if they have too much pelvic floor tension, because most people are holding tension in their jaw, in their butt, gripping their abs, those sorts of things. Now, seeing somebody in person in a physical exam can give you a lot more information that can help you really decipher which one it is. However, if you're home and you're trying to figure it out, the question I like to ask most is, do you know how to identify your pelvic floor relaxing or lengthening with an inhale? If you can't answer that question, that's the first place you need to start regardless, because even if you need strength, you need the muscle to be able to move through its full available range of motion to get the most efficient strengthening out of it. So if you think about a bicep curl, and if you were only strengthening through half of it, it's not as effective as a full range of motion. So think about your pelvic floor in that sense. And so I would always start everybody with relaxation and lengthening, because you have to know how to identify that in order to really add that into your strengthening. Secondly, that's important to consider for this other reason is that a pelvic floor with tension can present as weak. There's this idea that tension means like strong. But again, if we take the example of a bicep that's held like this all day, if your pelvic floor is held in tension all day, then when you go to use it, it's not going to have the muscular response that you want. So it can be tight and weak, in which you need to first focus on relaxing, releasing tension, so that when you strengthen it, it strengthens through the full range of motion, and you know how to contract and relax so you don't end up in a chronic tension cycle again.